Today, what I wanted to talk about is some of my favorite bedtime stories. So Usborne has tons of different bedtime stories books. Hey, and I have a few absolute favorites, and I wanted to show you a bunch of different ones. So my newest favorite, which is could be a bedtime story book, is The Forgotten Tales of Brave and Brilliant Girls. So really, really cool book. I know I showed it, I think last week. Really awesome book, awesome girl power, empowering book because all of these girls in the stories, whether they're princesses or not, they save themselves, they save others, and they don't go and get married at the end. A lot of them are asked to get married and they refuse. Um, but really, really cool. It shows that you don't need a prince to come save you. And awesome fairy tales. So it's not like these are new stories that someone created now in 2019. These are stories that are from way, way back, but they were changed um, over the years to reflect the values, the cultural values, which is, the men saving the women. So they go back to their roots of what they were, and they're really, really great stories. So I highly, highly recommend this one. This one is $19.99. It's a hardcover, and it has, I believe, 8 stories in it, and the introduction is just really powerful. And then there's 8 different stories, and there's illustrations in there too. But really, really great book. Loving these fairy tales. Been reading them to Alexandra and Mikey since we got the book, and they love them. Okay, so the next one I want to show you that is fairly new is the Just So stories for little children. This one I love. I know I've mentioned to you guys before. I love those stories that tell you like the origin stories, like how the elephant got his nose, how the leopard got his spots. So those are all in here, and they're really, really cute. So there's how the elephant got his trunk, how the leopard got his spots, how the rhinoceros got his skin, how the whale got his throat, how the camel got his hump, and why the kangaroo jumps. And Mikey's obsessed with these ones. They're really cute. A lot of them were sold individually, but it seems like a few of them went out of print. So now you can get them all together. Beautiful illustrations. And they're just fables. So like the elephant, he had a short nose, and then the crocodile pulled it, and now it's long, and all the other elephants wanted the long nose because it's actually very useful. The rhinoceros, he used to be able to take off his skin. He has little buttons on there. And then he did something bad, so the guy went and put cake crumbs in there, so he got all itchy, and that's why his skin is all wrinkly and why he's angry. So really, really cute. This one is $14.99, also hardcover. Then we have the Usborne Book of Fairy Tales and the Usborne Book of Princess Stories. There's also a Train Stories one, which is like really tiny. The Train Stories has a CD in it, and it's the size of a CD. So you can hear the stories. But these are different fairy tales, not the ones you know, really. There's a lot of different ones in there as well. There's some of the ones you know, actually. Wait, the fairy tales, sorry. Fairy tales has the stories you know. Princesses has the stories that you probably don't know. So there's Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Little Red Riding Hood, Three Little Pigs, Rumpelstiltskin, and Goldilocks. And these are Stephen Cartwright illustrated. So they have the little yellow duck to find on each page. And they're also dual readers. So there's a short sentence on the top and a longer sentence on the bottom. So when the kids are learning to read, they can read the top line and then you can read the bottom to flesh out the story. But if you want to, usually you can just read the top line if you need a quick story. So really cute. You find the duck on every page. It has the beautiful Stephen Cartwright style illustrations. Same thing with the princess stories, but this is stories that you probably don't know. But you can still find the little yellow duck. So there's the Princess and the Pig, the Little Dragon, the Tournament, and the Royal Broomstick. And again, the beautiful illustrations by Stephen Cartwright. These ones are $12.99, and they're a padded hardcover. Okay, then I would say probably my absolute favorite bedtime storybook is Animal Stories for Bedtime. So this one has the ribbon bookmark, and this one has the elephant's nose in it as well. So this one has the town mouse and the country mouse, the elephant's nose, three little pigs, little red hen, billy goat's gruff, mouse deer, and the crocodile, chicken licken, which is chicken little, the musicians of Bremen, the hare and the tortoise, and the ugly duckling. And I love the illustrations in here. They're great stories, all about animals, really cute. Love this one. So this is a hardcover, and it has the ribbon bookmark. So this one's $14.99. Then we have 5-minute bedtime stories and 10-minute bedtime stories. There's actually two, I believe, 10-minute bedtime stories. So when Mikey was little, like 5 minutes was the max that we could really do. But now we can definitely go on to the 10 minutes. So I love this one too. This is my second favorite probably. Look at those beautiful illustrations. So there's a 5-minute bedtime story. So they're each obviously 5 minutes. There are stories that you don't know. So Dog in the Balloon, Little Tiger on the Island, Squirrel's Vacation, Little Rabbit in the World, etc., etc. So there's a ton of stories in here. And look how cute the illustrations are. And a lot of this dog and cat are in a lot of the stories. So really adorable 5-minute bedtime stories. And then we have 10-minute bedtime stories. This one does not have the ribbon bookmark. So 5 minutes was padded hardcover, $14.99. This one is regular hardcover, no ribbon bookmark, also $14.99, but it's a lot thicker. And these are 10 minutes. So some of these are ones you know. So the King's Pudding, the Tin Soldier, Beauty and the Beast, Why the Sea is Salty, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Pinocchio. And beautiful illustrations in these as well, but all different types of illustrations. Where the 5 minutes, you could tell they were probably done by like the same illustrator, but these ones have all different types of illustrations. So very cool. Then two more. We have the Big Book of Little Stories, and this one does have the ribbon bookmark as well. This one's $21.99. It's big, hence the Big Book of Little Stories. And this one has a lot of stories you do know. Little Red Riding Hood, There Was a Crooked Man, A Rabbit's Tale, Wind in the Willows, Little Miss Muffet, The Emperor's New Clothes, Ant and Grasshopper, Three Little Pigs, Mother Hubbard, Gingerbread Man, The Dinosaur Who Lost His Roar, which actually is, you can get that as one of the Usborne leveled readers individually. The Owl and the Pussycat, The Reluctant Dragon, which is also, you can get as by itself in the leveled readers, and The Story of Pinocchio. So really cool illustrations. Great book. And this one, like I said, is $21.99. And then finally, the last one I want to show you today is Aesop Stories for Little Children. So ribbon bookmark again. This one is $19.99. It's a regular hardcover. It's got this like different binding. It looks almost corduroy-ish. And so these are all Aesop's tales. So the fox and the crow, the hare and the tortoise, the ant and the grasshopper, the greedy dog, the lion and the mouse, the fox and the stork, the tortoise and the eel, the sun and the wind, the town mouse and the country mouse. So some of them, these books have some of the same stories in them, but they're slightly different because of the lengths and whatnot. And then we have all the beautiful illustrations. So really, really cool. I love all of the bedtime stories. There's obviously more than all these. These are just the ones that I have right here.